actor is the first thing that I remember wanting to do in life. I remember at 14, 15 years old, watching some classic films and being so incredibly inspired by them and saying to myself, one day I want to come close to doing something that good. So I think that thirst or that drive to just achieve what I believe is something as good as, you know, those heroes that I have is what continues to make me want to do this. What gives me strength all the time is to be able to have formulated a group of people around me that are my friends and my family. Those two words are enmeshed in my opinion, but it's given me a grounding that, as insane as my life can be sometimes, is always refreshing, and they're always so honest with me, and I'm so thankful for that. I came from humble beginnings. I went to public school, but I always had a loving parents. Both of my parents were unbelievable, so I was incredibly fortunate in that regard. But my father is one of the wisest men I've ever met, and he has steered the course of my life in so many different directions in a positive way, whether it be my environmental activism, who I believe I am as a person, and as an actor, is completely influenced by him. Was that year of like rejection where I finally said to I suppose I took a different attitude towards the audition process, and I started to get jobs after that. And I think it was really because I said to myself, I'm not dependent on this job. This isn't going to define me, and I started to sell myself less, prepare more for the roles, and not feel like my self-worth was dependent on whether I booked the job or not.
My mindset is so simple. I just want to get better. I want to get better, and I want to work with great people. It's really simple.
I always want to push myself to be better, and do greater things, no matter what it is. I think I always want to constantly evolve. I always want to constantly grow. I never want to get to a point where I feel like I got it figured out.
When you're a kid, I think you try so hard to fit in, and when you get older, you realize that fitting in isn't really the thing that's more interesting. Being your own person and being an individual. I would not be here if I would have listened to the kids who told me I was a terrible singer and I was a sissy, or other things that they would say to me. It's be different.
You just got to get out there and take a chance, even if it's unpaid work, whatever it is, it will lead to something better.
It's easy to embrace hopelessness when things seem insurmountable, and yet it's actually just a matter of time until all of the elements come together for things to be all right. I mean, I believe that most difficult situations will resolve themselves if you are persistent and if you don't give up entirely. And that's what I never did. I never gave up.
When I was 22 years old, I came to this city for the first time. I was playing in the Canadian Football League, playing my first pro football game. 2 days later, I got cut. The dream shattered. You realize that playing in the NFL was the best thing that never happened, because it got me here. So my point is, look, you're going to get your ass kicked. We're going to get the shit kicked out of us. You got to get up. You got to have faith that the one thing you wanted to happen oftentimes is the best thing that never happened. So have faith. Just keep that in mind. Keep plugging away.
You only learn, really, in this world from the mistakes you make, from hard times, from going through difficult periods. That's when you grow. And we should look at these moments as opportunities for growth and as almost blessings. Because if everything went smoothly all the time, we'd be very complacent and we'd stay in one place.
Failure is a massive part of being able to be successful. You have to get comfortable with failure. You have to actually seek failure. Failure is where all of the lessons are. Successful people fail a lot. They fail a whole lot more than they succeed, but they extract the lessons from the failure and they use that, the energy, and they use the wisdom to come around to the next phase of success.
It is more important to outthink your enemy than to outfight him. The difference that will always make the difference is to know thyself. If you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, even to the point of soundlessness. Thereby, you can be the director of the opponent's fate. Do not repeat the tactics which have gained you one victory, but let your methods be regulated by the infinite variety of circumstances. Be open to change your ways. The difference that will always make the difference is to think greater than your current circumstances. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. You are always the director of your life. You are the producer. You are the actor. You can choose your supporting cast. Make the choice to take control and direct your fate. It's time to rethink yourself. There are 5 dangerous faults which may affect a general. Recklessness, which leads to destruction. The difference that makes the difference is always learning how to take control of your emotions, to take control of your thoughts, to be the leader that you want to follow. Cowardice, which leads to capture. Be courageous, be strong, be bold. A hasty temper, which can be provoked by insults. There will always be naysayers. There will always be people that try to affect how you think and feel. How you think is always your choice. Give yourself compliments and always put yourself into the best possible position to face the battles that you're going to face in life. A delicacy of honor, which is sensitive to shame. Be honorable to yourself. Be the leader that you want to follow. Over solicitude of his men, which exposes him to worry and trouble.
That you have.
The greatest shame for a Spartan was to return home alive from a lost battle. So too, do not return from a challenge having not given everything. Only consume plain food and and never eat to the point of satisfaction. This will not only bring about a leanness for battle, but also foster mental fortitude. Seek out intense competition. You will push yourself much harder. Every Spartan should undergo a rite of passage, a physical or mental trial. Once completed, you are born again, better than ever. Speed, strength, and agility are less essential than stamina, grit, endurance, and courage. Accepting death will allow you to live your life courageously. It unshackles the mind from the limitations of fear, bringing forth your true potential. Do not engage in gossip. Only engage in conversation that will nourish and strengthen your spirit. Fight for a good cause. Use every ounce of your being to push that cause further, and do not be afraid to defend it. Surround yourself with people who are ruthlessly devoted to becoming their greatest selves. A leader does not watch on safely from the rear. Continuously introduce yourself to difficult situations where you are forced to either sink or swim. A great Spartan must have the ability to quickly adapt. Partake in structured, organized, and well-respected training programs, ensuring you see them through to the finish. Refuse to be a victim of circumstance. Learn to be self-reliant and prepared for any situation. Find ways to implement short bursts of discomfort into your daily life. This will ensure growth and prevent you from falling into sloth. Dedicate yourself to perpetual physical training, regardless of circumstance and feelings.
Let no man glory in the greatness of his mind, but rather keep watch over his wits.
Try to remember me kindly, if you will.
Ponyo, what's your dad like?
He hates humans. He keeps me in a bubble. in a constant war, a war with fear. Those who have the courage to conquer it are made free, and those who are conquered by it are made to suffer until they have the courage to defeat it. To hold it together when everyone else would understand if you fell apart, that's true strength. There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to get better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter. Everything is within. But where life is more terrible than death, it is then the truest valor to dare to live. Truth is not what you want it to be. It is what it is, and you must bend to its power or live a lie. It may seem difficult at first, but everything is difficult at first. Toil and risk are the price of glory, but it is a great thing to live with courage and die leaving an everlasting fame. A warrior must only take care that his spirit is never broken. Determine that today you will overcome yourself of the day before. Tomorrow you will win over those of lesser skill, and later you will win over those of greater skill. Sweat more during peace, bleed less during war. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. You shall, I question not, find a way to the top if you diligently seek for it, for nature hath placed nothing so high that it is out of the reach of industry and valor. Discipline is your best friend. It will take care of you like nothing else can. I am not afraid of an army of lions led by sheep. I am afraid of an army of sheep led by a lion. There is nothing impossible to him who will try. With the right attitude, self-imposed limitations vanish. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. To win any battle, you must fight as if you are already dead. He who has never suffered will not sufficiently temper his character. All men die, but not all men really live.
The Spartans do not ask, how many are the enemies?
The bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that resists. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Never give it. It was a high counsel that I once heard given to a young person. Always do what you are afraid to do. Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside us while we live. Love doesn't make the world go round. Love is what makes the ride worthwhile. Seek opportunity, not security. A boat in a harbor is safe, but in time, its bottom will rot out. Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot, but make it hot by striking. We must overcome the notion that we must be regular. It robs you of the chance to be extraordinary and leads you to the mediocre. Risk more than others think is safe. Care more than others think is wise. Dream more than others think is practical. Expect more than others think is possible. A happy person is not a person in a certain set of circumstances, but rather a person with a certain set of attitudes. For a long time, it seemed to me that real life was about to begin. Real life. But there was always some obstacle in the way. Something had to be got through first. Some unfinished business, time still to be served, or a debt to be paid. Then my life would begin. At last it dawned on me that these obstacles were my life. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage.
Appear weak when you are strong, strong when you are weak. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. Treat your men as you would your own beloved sons, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. Move swift as the wind and closely formed as the wood. Attack like the fire and be still as the mountain. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. There are not more than 5 musical notes, yet the combinations of these 5 give rise to more melodies than can ever be heard. When the enemy is relaxed, make them toil. When full, starve them. When settled, make them move. Who wishes to fight must first count the cost.
You cannot shake hands with a clenched fist. Let us sacrifice our today so that our children can have a better tomorrow. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. The fears are paper tigers. You can do anything you decide to do. You can act to change and control your life. And the procedure, the process, is its own reward. Do not mind anything that anyone tells you about anyone else. Judge everyone and everything for yourself. Learning never exhausts the mind. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Good judgment comes from experience, and a lot of that comes from bad judgment. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. It is far better to be alone than to be in bad company. If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Permanence, perseverance, and persistence in spite of all obstacles, discouragements, and impossibilities. It is this that in all things distinguishes the strong soul from the weak. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. Ever tried, ever failed? No matter. Try again, fail again, fail better. And shadows will fall behind you. Ever tried, ever distinguishes the strong. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. Ever tried, ever failed? No matter. Try again, fail again, fail better. Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The realist adjusts the sails. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? What we achieve inwardly will change outer reality. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. When one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one that has been opened for us. Honesty is the first chapter in the Book of Wisdom. How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. Always remember that you are absolutely unique, just like everyone else. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. A shared joy is a double joy. A shared sorrow is half a sorrow. Words should be weighed, not counted. If you can't live longer, live deeper. Where love reigns, the impossible may be attained. It is better to light a candle than curse the darkness. A man who uses force is afraid of reasoning. Still waters run deep. He who does not travel does not know the value of men. Measure 1,000 times and cut once.
Locked himself in his room.
What remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school? If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Student is not a container you have to fill, but a torch you have to light up. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. Try not to become a man of success. Rather, become a man of value. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth. We all know that light travels faster than sound. That's why certain people appear bright until you hear them speak. Genius is 1% talent and 99% hard work. I'd rather be an optimist and a fool than a pessimist and right. You never fail until you stop trying. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. What a sad era when it is easier to smash an atom than a prejudice. Life is a preparation for the future, and the best preparation for the future is to live as if there were none. The only source of knowledge is experience. Possessions, outward success, publicity, luxury. To me, these have always been contemptible. I believe that a simple and unassuming manner of life is best for everyone, best for both the body and the mind. The only sure way to avoid making mistakes is to have no new ideas. Three great forces rule the world: stupidity, fear, and greed. Past is dead. Future is uncertain. Present is all you have. So eat, drink, and live merry. Intelligence is not the ability to store information, but to know where to find it. Do not grow old, no matter how long you live. Never cease to stand like curious children before the great mystery into which we were born. Weak people revenge. Strong people forgive. Intelligent people ignore. It's strange to be known so universally and yet be so lonely. Never memorize something that you can look up. Example isn't another way to teach. It is the only way to teach. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. One day you will regret that you did not hear these quotes earlier. Do not lose the opportunity. Watch our next video.
at my feet. Je dois partir tout de suite. J'ai peut-être compris. J'étais enfermée dans ma peine. En fait, j'ai peur même chez moi que j'étais triste.